Hi, I'm Stephen Trueman. You can call me Steve or anything else that jumps to mind. As long as I know that you're talking to me, I'll probably answer. I bartended for 11 years in Philadelphia, so I'm sure I've answered to worse. I am a nurse clinical leader and nurse educator for the float pool at Nationwide Children's Hospital in Columbus, Ohio. We serve the med-surg units, the critical care units, and the NICUs and emergency department occasionally. Um, for fun, I have three kids, so that probably answers that question. My kids are a lot of fun. This picture is about a year old, but it's the last time they were all sitting still. That is Oscar, that is little June, and that is Lydia. They are 5, and the twins are almost 2. Otherwise, I like to hike, read. I was an English major before I was a nurse. So a good book and a walk in the woods are probably my favorite things. I also like to paint or illustrate things for my kids, with my kids. Um, really anything to make the world a little prettier or more interesting. And Nationwide Children's, there are probably 5 major tenets. And 5 big values. They do a good job of, I think, sticking to them. They or do the right thing, create a safe day every day, no surprises there. Promote health and well-being. We are agile and innovative, and we get results. I would say in the inpatient setting, especially in my department, the most applicable ones are um, are really doing the right thing, creating a safe day, and being agile and innovative. I'm really lucky that I work at a hospital that does a really good job um, of sticking to its core values and really living them out as an institution, as a culture. I think we do a lot of great things, especially in agility and innovation. It's grown a lot, and there has been a lot of opportunities in a lot of departments, and that are really doing great things. At the top level, we see a lot of innovative leadership. They just created a private biosciences firm to bring some of their research to production, um, and they're always growing. I think one of the flip sides of that coin is when an institution grows extremely quickly. One of the things we see is like a tree, it branches out and branches out and branches out, and all of the branches keep getting further and further away from each other. We have the inpatient, the ambulatory, and then each one. In each of those settings, there are medical services that do cross over from one to the other, but aren't necessarily operating cohesively throughout throughout the institution. And I really think that there's a lot of opportunity to bring those branches, to weave them back in, to create a more integrative structure, where all of the parts are communicating and talking more. I think of it more like a strand of DNA, or a bone with the trabecular structure that is really holding it together instead of blossoming, yes, but also to some degree being weighed down and not being as strong of a structure, as resilient a structure as it can be. And I think that I my personal brand fits in within our department and within the institution. I like to learn new things. So if there's a new task, if there's a new project, I like to be on it. But what I really enjoy is creating structures, creating processes that work even after I'm gone. So that I like being essential. I like being the subject matter expert. But I want to know that when I move on, um, what has um, what has been left behind is going to stick around. And sometimes the downside of that, I think anybody can relate to, is I will spend 3 days straight learning how to create something and building something that will seamlessly do what previously took an hour. it'll do it in 5 minutes. But if it was a monthly task or something like that, I wanted to make sure that it's going to survive, and more to the point that I can spread it and that other people can use it, and that it can save that hour every month across departments and be useful. I see a lot of redundancies as as institutions grow, and a lot of people doing the same work over and over and over again in their different silos. And I'd really like to see a more integrated integrated structure.